So the next function I'm going to be talking about is the divide and keep coin. So in this code I wrote, let's say you don't want to go through it, I want to like divide the coin into like an amount and transfer it back to yourself. It's easier. So there's a function from Sui that they made it easier, which is divide and the keep function. But so it means that if you pass on this coin, you're dividing into equal amount and you're keeping it for yourself, so you're not transferring it out, and you might need that. So it's all maybe removing this, and let's say we're using syntax of sender here. So anyways, let's say you want to do that. So there's a simpler function from Sui that made it easy. So let me find the next function. I'm going to call it divide and keep coin. So it takes everything this function, every argument this function takes, but except from the recipient, it goes, we're going to be transfer it back. We're going to be keeping the coin for ourselves. Now it's called divide and keep because we're keeping it back to yourself. So now the function comes from the P module, not the coin module this time, the P. So from the P, I can now access divide and keep function. I'll pass on the main coin, and that's it's now just all. See, this is just easier, and like see, it's needed when you would want to divide coins and keep it back for yourself. So you can go back or you watch it, and let's say go to the code base and just play with it, because all these functions I'm writing, I am not going to be calling them. You'll be just call them yourself, because the tutorial is going to be longer than the way it is right now. I think this term is around part 3 or so. It's way longer than long. It's like 15 minutes. So it's a bit like an assignment for you to call on this function. It's find a way to call it. Okay, so the next function now we're going to be talking about is the join multiple coin function. So let me, and we're going to be like we're joining so many coins into like one. So I think here the function we talk for just like joining one coin into another. So now the function that we're writing is like joining multiple coins into one coin. So let me call it join multiple coins. So it's going to be taking a main coin, and it's going to be the immutable reference of coin type C. It's can be anything, just like I explained before. Type C. Then I'll pass in the coins I want to join. So I can just call it other coins. Same as call it other points. Well, it's going to be a vector of coin type C. So it's going to be a vector of coins. So you're going to be joining so many coins into one coin. So how do we do that? Now, mind you, if we are calling this pay function, it means that you have to like own those coins. So now let me call it, we're using the P. So from the P, you're going to be as I say join vec. We join vec function. So you're going to be passing in the main coin, and you're going to be putting those other coins. So now I used a bucket of water so that it explain, because let me just take in. So now let's say you have different buckets of water. I use one wing bucket. You also like turn all those buckets of water into one bucket. That's what's happening here. You're joining these coins into one coin. That's what is happening here. So that's it. The next function we're going to be talking about is splitting a coins into like different amounts. So this function we wrote here was dividing like a coin into like all of them will be equal amounts. So I use a bucket of water scenario where if you have one bucket of water, you want to divide like the water into like 3 parts equally. So we use this function. So the next function that we're writing was like, we still want to divide the bucket of water into like 3 or 4 any amounts, but we want it to have like different amounts. So here can have the higher quantity, so I can have lower quantity. So the function, we're going to write a function for that. Like let's like say we have like 5 Sui. Like in this example now, let me see you Sui. You have this example now, you have 6 Sui. Yours divides like 3 parts. So you have to, each it divides like 2 Sui. So each object will hold 2 Sui. But here now, you want to go to the right. So let's say we want to divide to 3 again, but they want to have different amounts. So one object hold 3 Sui, allow it to hold 2 Sui, allow it to hold 1 Sui. So that's it for this function. So I hope you understand what they're doing. The function is going to be split coin also about. So again, I'll pass in our main coin. Let me just copy this, and this is supposed to be alright as a slot curly bracket, and it's going to be up by T. Then always passing amount is going to be vector of type U64 and syntax so like say you're going to be accessing the function from the P module. So from P you're going to be accessing the split select function. So what's going to be called stick vet. They're going to be passing in the main coin and the split amounts. So mind you, what happens here is that, let me try to open this split vet function. So look at it here, it splits it. I'll put the split function again, and it keeps it, so it transfers it back to you. So after splitting it, transfers the coin back to you, rather than maybe returning the coins. So it returns it back to you. So it transfers the coins to you. So that is for the split coins to amount function.